Hi, folks. This is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. Well, as I'm talking to you right now, I just got a little bit of time left before the season begins, and I've been looking forward to this so much. And I've told you before that in the early part of the season, I spend most of my time wading, not in a canoe, not in a boat. But let's look at that. What are the advantages, as I see them, to wading over being in a boat, or vice versa? And if we look at that, here's what I was thinking about. First of all, when you wade, you're fishing right along the shore. I can only wade out so far, and I'm really kind of concerned about this year because the St. Lawrence water level is so high, and it's going to affect all the backwaters the same way. But you can only wade out so far. So you're fishing along the shoreline. But this time of the year, most of the fish are in along the shoreline. The second thing about wading is you can control your speed. And that to me is a really important thing because I'm not really a fast fisherman. I take my time, I'm thinking, I'm casting, I'm sort of taking in the inputs all the time. And if you reach a spot where you've had good luck, you don't want to leave that spot. So by waiting, I can completely, I don't care how windy it is, how nasty it is, I can stand still if I want to in that position in the water and keep casting. In a boat, it's a lot more difficult to do that. The other thing about waiting that I think is so critical is the fact that I feel one with the water. I feel one with the fish. It takes me another degree further in my connection with the sport that I'm doing. And I know that might sound a little crazy, but when you're in the water, you feel that water lapping against you, and you know those fish are at least in there where part of your body is. It's something really, it can be really, I don't want to say exciting, but it just makes it more of a very special experience for me. But let's look at the cons to this, or the reason that a boat is better. Number one, with a boat, you have access to all the water around you. If you can't reach those fish as you're casting from shore, you can be in a boat any place. They may be out a little farther. There may be some structure on the bottom a little farther out where those fish are hanging around. There's so many benefits, therefore, to being in a canoe, or a boat. The second thing is you can troll. And trolling is a way that you can find fish. You can cover all the water, and that it's not my favorite way to fish, but it is fun for me with a fly rod and a sinking fly line to troll. The third thing is that if you're out there in a boat or canoe, you can change the direction of how you cast, and that can make a huge difference. Fish are used to seeing the food that they eat going a certain way, maybe the typical flow of current or the typical wind direction. But when you're in a boat, you can match that. If you're waiting, you can only cast one way, which is basically out. You can't cast in to where you're standing. And so that can make a big difference. And just thinking of that in particular, if those fish have come right in near shore to find a place to spawn or to find a place to hang out, you can't reach them. But if you're out in a boat and you cast to shore, it's a whole different presentation than something coming back into shore. So there's a lot of things to think about. But the final thing is we have to do what we're able to do. If we don't have a boat, at least we can wade. At least we can fish from the bank. And that's something that's kind of special this time of year. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report.